Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry. I am a business coach and a personal development coach, and I come here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to talk about Shineability, which is the melding of the things that you love with the things that you are good at to create a future that you are excited about. We also talk about business tips and life tips and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So as you come in, say hey, let me know you're here. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in comments. I'm sorry, I'm just looking around the corner because I see my husband driving by. Because I think his delivery truck just went by too and didn't stop at the house. Anyway, that's what happens when you go live outside. So I am coming live to you today from my backyard, from the steps of the Mini Winnie. Yay, Mini Winnie! So you're going to see a lot more of the Mini Winnie in the next couple weeks because we are getting ready to go on a camping trip to Moab, Utah. Yay! So I'm going to be doing lots of lives and stories and stuff like that, just like catching you up on the journey, which I'm super excited about. It's our 20th wedding anniversary this year, and this is part of our celebration. It's our 20th anniversary on October 14th. So yay, and the fact that we can actually do this is because of what we do, because we have our own businesses. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. So yay, Mini Winnie, yay! What I am here to talk about today is onboarding. So I know everybody thinks onboarding, yawn, that's not a very exciting topic, Robin. Why are you talking about that? So the reason I'm talking about it is that especially when you're first getting started in online business, it's not really the highest priority because really you're focused on your offers and finding clients. Those are the most important things, right? Because if you don't have offers and you don't have clients, then you don't have a business. So onboarding sort of gets shoved to the side a little bit. But that's not a good thing because onboarding is actually a huge opportunity for you to establish an amazing client experience and also an opportunity for you to start creating systems in your business. So the things that are repeatable, the things that you do all the time, you can create some consistency there. So you're not wasting time and money, right? So I have a couple tips about onboarding that I wanted to drop to help you get started in setting up an onboarding process. So what are the things that you need to think about when you're onboarding a client? So the first thing you need to think about is setting your boundaries, understanding what your boundaries are. So how do you communicate with clients? What are your business hours? When are you going to be available? What is your turnaround time for responding to whatever, questions, concerns, requests for information, what have you? You need to understand what those are for yourself, and you need to clearly communicate them to your clients so they know what to expect from you and they respect the fact that you are an expert who does have boundaries very well defined, right? So that's one thing you need to do. Second thing you need to do is be consistent. So that helps you and it helps your clients, right? So be consistent in terms of, bugs flying, in terms of what you are providing to clients as part of your onboarding process. So onboarding isn't simply sending a contract and an invoice, right? So you need information from your client in order to get started on your project. Now, what you need is going to depend on, of course, what your offer is and what you're providing to your client. But you want to be upfront about exactly what you need and when you need it in order to make the project happen. Then there's a bug on my nose. That's awesome. Okay. Third thing is back to that. Know what you need from your client in order to get started. So there are going to be things that you need right away in order to start a project. There may be things that sort of develop as part of your process, right? So you may start, say, if you're doing some branding for your client, branding work for your client, you may need access to files from them. You may, if they have already had some branding and you're reviving it for them or changing it for them, you may need access to their brand board or things that they already have. But if you're starting from scratch, there may be some things you need initially, but then there are going to be more things that you need as you give them homework assignments, so to speak. Maybe that you ask them to send you links to sites that they really like, that they grew to, or what have you. So just a couple of examples. You need to know what you need to get started, and you also need to know what you need as the project goes on, and make sure you have those timelines set out for yourself. What else? This is part of the timeline. See, these things all link together. Need to use your calendar so you stay on track with the project. So part of the onboarding process is understanding what all the deadlines are, what the time frames are, and make sure you have those out on your calendar so you are reminded, so things don't sneak up and slap you on the head. So if you set a deadline for a client to get you information by next Thursday, you make sure you have a reminder popping up the day before to say, hey, did I get this information? If not, I need to go ahead and reach out to that client and say, hey, by the way, I need this by tomorrow, or our project deadlines may be compromised, right? Another thing is to check and double check before you send your welcome package to your client. Make sure everything is covered. Make sure everything is included. Make sure you haven't forgotten anything, because the last thing you want to do, and this is my next tip, is send your client 900,000 communications when you're first getting started. You want to look like you have your shit together, right? Because you do. You just need a system to make sure you have your shit together. You want them to get everything in one fell swoop. You want them to feel like this was an easy experience for them, easy for them to get the information to you that they needed, easy to get the project started. So they're like, wow, that chick is awesome. She rocks. She has her mess together, and it's going to be simple, 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 and so successful for me to work with her, right? That's part of what onboarding can do for you if you do it right. The last tip I have is, once you get started, send your client a handwritten thank you note and maybe a little gift. So again, it's back to them, so no buyer's remorse. You want your client to be excited about working with you. So if you have a professional onboarding experience and you follow that up with a thank you note and a gift, they are going to be like, dang, that is the best decision I ever made to hire that chick. She just rocks. So if you need any help with all of this, of course, drop me a question or a comment. I'm happy to respond. But I also want to let you know that I have created something that is going to make onboarding so much easier for you. It is a product course called Onboard Like a Boss. And it includes 10 templates that you need in your onboarding package to make your life easy and to make your client's life easy. These templates are copy and paste, fillable forms you can use over and over and over again. I also include my system so you never forget a step ever again. I can't tell you how many times that I have sent stuff out to a client and like a day and a half later I've said, oh man, I forgot to ask them about the blah, blah, blah. And then you just feel like, oh man, I just look like a dope. I look unprofessional. Use my system and my templates. You're never gonna have that moment ever again. Everybody who has bought this and used it so far just thinks it is the bomb shit. It saves them so much time. It saves them so much angst. So I will drop a link to that in the comments. If you have any questions, of course, please let me know. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.